Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your
Oh, I love this part.
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Storyblocks, which has been an invaluable asset for us for well over 10 years at this point.
10 years!
I mean, where do you think the Madeline K photo and other PR photos came from? Storyblocks, of course. Yep, Storyblocks gives you unlimited access to royalty-free photos, videos, music, sound effects, vectors, motion backgrounds, and so much more for one subscription cost, which means you never pay per clip. On top of that, there's a Storyblocks plugin for Adobe Premiere that allows you to search all of Storyblocks right from Premiere, and that is a huge time saver. Oh yeah, for those DaVinci Resolve users, templates are now available in your Storyblocks library as well. We pretty much use something from Storyblocks in every single video we make. In fact, in celebration of the Apple Vision Pro, here's a clip of a bunch of people celebrating not being able to afford one. Anyway, to sign up for Storyblocks or to learn more, head on over to storyblocks.com/fro. First up, don't I look super cool?
No.
Shut up, Norm. No one asked you. Yeah, I do look cool in my brand new Apple Vision Pro headset, which I spent close to $4,000 on, you know, because
that's a write-off.
And if you haven't noticed, I'm reading the script inside of the Apple Vision Pro as we speak. Now, I'm sure a bunch of you guys want to get my quick review, so let's dive into it. My first reaction when the hello started to be written in the air across the screen was, whoa! It's kind of like magic. It's like the word was being written right in front of me in my space and not on a screen. I should tell you that I'm wearing the double strap-on because the solo loop doesn't take enough weight off of your face. Now, there's no way around it. The Vision Pro is heavy. You know you're wearing it, and it might leave some marks when you take it off, which it left some marks on my face, but with the double strap-on, it's bearable for hours at a time. Now let's talk about the UI. It's smart and intuitive, which you expect from Apple. You can open native apps, shrink them, enlarge them, move them anywhere you want, and even use your computer's desktop virtually in the Vision Pro alongside of native apps that are designed right for the Vision Pro. You really need to experience it to get it fully. Now keep in mind the screen captures you're seeing are only 1080 and only capture a fraction of what you'd see if you were inside of it yourself. Now trust me when I say that the text is sharp. Images are sharp, and colors are contrasty and really pop right off of the displays. Now, I love being able to make my virtual desktop any size that I want while editing images in Lightroom. And yes, the physical keyboard and mouse do function for those of you who wanted to know if it did. I can 100% see myself editing on an airplane, in a press room, or in my hotel room, and not be limited to the traditional 14 or 16-inch display of a MacBook Pro. Now, I do have a longer form video coming out on why I think this is viable for editing instead of taking a monitor with you, and that should be coming out this weekend. Now, it's not all rainbows and butterflies because I can't use Face ID to unlock my phone or other apps with the visor on. The battery life is 2.5 to 3.5 hours as expected, so you'll need some extra juice if you're on the move, which means charging the Apple battery with a wall plug or even another USB-C charger, which can work. Now remember when Apple warned that people with eye conditions might have issues? Well, I've got issues. I have what's called a nystagmus, which means my eyes move rapidly back and forth, which at times made it hard for me to select the proper input since your eyes are the pointer. Now here's a recording of what my eyes looked like last night when I was extra tired. They never stopped moving. Lastly, it's expensive. It's certainly not for most people right now, but if you're a person on the move who doesn't want to lug around a huge monitor, this might be for you. Now, for a first-generation product, it exceeded my expectations. Now, can you please go buy some presets at FroKnowsPhoto.com/FroPack4 to help me pay for it? Next up, if you've been waiting to purchase a Canon R3 or R5, what have you been waiting for?
I'm broke.
Now, if you're yelling at your screen and you're saying money, then you're kind of in luck because the R3 and R5 officially have new lower prices. The R5, which originally sold for $3,800, has been marked down to $3,200. And the R3, which used to be $6,000, $1,000 is now only $4,800. Now, I think these deep price cuts might have something to do with Sony's A9 III coming in at just under $6,000. This also means if you own an R3 or an R5, your resale value just tanked quite a bit.
Man, that sucks!
But the really good news is, these are two of the best cameras ever made. Now, I'm not sure I would invest in the R5 new right now because Canon has refurb bodies for only $2,879, and that's the move right there if you want to save even more money. Canon also has refurbished R3s for $4,319, and now that's a steal. I've been using the R3 for 2 years at this point, and it's arguably the best autofocus of any camera on the market, and honestly, one of the best autofocusing cameras ever. I should also mention it shoots at 30 frames per second, has an amazing feeling pro body, bigger battery, dual card slots, and awesome video. It's pretty damn close to a perfect camera in my opinion. It's truly a professional camera. Does this mean that the R5 II or an R3 II is on the horizon? I guess anything's possible, but these cameras will be viable for many years to come. And finally, the greatest camera in the history of all cameras, according to one company's fanboys, that's been perfect since day one, has just received a version 2.0 firmware update. So which camera am I talking about? The Z8, of course, because according to Nikon PR, FaceTime, I wonder who that could be. Oh, it's Greta Thunberg from Nikon PR. How dare you call me inside of my Apple Vision Pro? Oh, what's that? Oh, you got one too? Do I want to go out for drinks now that you're 21? No. I'm calling HR. Goodbye, Greta. Anyway, firmware 2.0 makes the Z8 even more of a Z9 than it was before. Important updates include a dedicated bird AF tracking option, which hopefully helps you actually get birds in flight in focus. You now have auto capture, which is like having a built-in motion trigger, pixel shift, which allows you to merge multiple RAW files into a single high-res file, along with a bunch of other functions, with the only one of importance being new shutter sound. I think you can have a cat meow every time you take a picture, but I'd probably program it to say, that's out of focus. What would you program it to say? Let me know down below. Firmware 2.0 is available as we speak for the low price of free $99. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.